Hey you all, welcome back to Let's Keep It Real. I am back with another video for you all. Today we're gonna be talking about Sean Puffy Combs' mama, Janice Combs, and her being furious over a statement that was made in the docuseries The Reckoning, pertaining to her son, Sean Puffy P. Diddy Combs. But anyway, before we get started, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to Let's Keep It Real. Turn on those post notifications so you'll know when new videos are coming out. And remember, everything that we discuss, it is alleged. We can never confirm nor deny. And also keep in mind that everything that we discuss is solely and strictly for entertainment purposes. Y'all, so let's get on into this. Janice Combs, the mother of Sean P. Diddy, the Diddler Combs, she is upset. She is furious at this Netflix documentary that has recently came out. It came out, I believe it was December the 2nd, 2025. And she is furious at these statements that were made that her son, Sean Combs, slapped her. She's not happy about this at all, you all. In a statement to Deadline, Janice accused the streamer of spreading misinformation and falsehoods about her family. Now, the story is going, the rumors have been going around for years, you all, that she is not really his mother. She's really his aunt, you know. And where is his mother at? Nobody's seen her. Does she really exist? We don't know because we've never seen her, according to what people are saying, and they've been saying this for years. She said, I'm writing this statement to correct some of the lies presented in the Netflix Sean Combs The Reckoning, released on December 2nd, 2025. She said these inaccuracies regarding my son Sean's upbringing and family life is intentionally done to mislead viewers and further harm our reputation. I don't think anybody else can do that because your son has done a great job of doing that himself. The series re-examines Combs' rise and fall, including explosive claims about his conduct at the night of his fame, at the height of his fame, and the family dynamics behind the scenes. It goes on to say, according to the article, that Janice says some of these personal allegations are pure fiction, particularly a key moment centered around the tragedy at the City College of New York in 1991, which is where the slap occurred. Allegedly. Netflix features an interview with former Bad Boy Records executive Kirk Burroughs, who alleges that Combs slapped his mother during a conversation. Now, we all know that this documentary was put out by 50 Cent. And from some of the things that I've been seeing on the internet is that the reason why 50 got a hold of a lot of these video recordings, I guess you could call them, is because he was the highest bidder to buy these particular recordings. Because it was also said that Sean Combs, P. Diddy Combs, he was known for having cameramen follow him 24/7 everywhere he went. And he got, people that were green, that were still young in the industry trying to get their name out. He worked with them because it was easy to just pull the wool over their eyes. When it was time to get their paycheck, he was like, I'm not paying you nothing. And what they gonna do? So later on down the line, of course, they still holding on to this material and guess what? 50 cents was the highest bidder, and it was sold to them. Sold to him, of course, and that's what they're saying. Again, all of this is alleged. The story goes on to say, I saw Janice question Sean. He's going into this music business thing. He just left school, and now this extreme tragedy has occurred. She's like, did he make the right decision? Burroughs said in the docu-series. The article goes on to say that Burroughs alleged he saw him put his hands on her and call her the B word and then slapped her in the face, basically. Janice, however, forcefully rejected that account. Again, we wasn't there. This individual, Mr. Burroughs, said that he witnessed this. The allegation stated that Mr. Kirk Burroughs, that my son slapped me while we were conversing at the tragic City College event in December 28th, 1991, are inaccurate and false, she said, calling the platform salacious and its pursuit of viewership. She continued, that was a very sad day for all of us, referencing the overcrowded school gym event promoted by Combs that ended with 9 people passed and nearly 30 others injured. For him to use this tragedy and incorporate fake narratives to further his prior failed and current attempt to gain what was never his. Bad boy records is wrong, outrageous, and past offensive. In a statement to the Daily Mail, Diddy spokesperson Judy Englermeyer said, at this stage, there is nothing further to add. So, yeah, so Janice and I'm sure a lot of other family members are pissed with this whole thing coming out about Sean Puffy Combs. It's a lot of information that's been coming out. I have not particularly watched the whole thing, but from what I've heard, it gets in a lot of detail and it's making authorities, again, allegedly, it could make authorities look at, new charges. But anyway, you all, let me know what you think in the comment section below. And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to Let's Keep It Real. And make sure you turn on those post notifications. And I will see you all soon.
Hey y'all, this is your girl Jackie with a Q. So remember I told y'all I had a story to tell about Diddy's mama, right? About 30 years ago, close to 30, right? I don't know if it was 95, 96. It was about 95 or 96, right? I'm going to say it might have been 96. I'm not sure. I think it was 95, right? 95, I went to the federal camp in Alderson, West Virginia, right? I had to do 4 months. Not a long time, but I had to do 4 months in Alderson, West Virginia, right? And at this particular time, it was Tom Arnold's sister was there. They say Redman's sister was there. I'm not. She looked like him. I don't know if that was Doc. I didn't talk to her, right? But this was like 95, maybe top. It was top of 96, y'all. It was because I got it in April. I went in January, got it in April. I got convicted in 95. Okay, yeah, it was the top of 96. I was there from January to April. I got out in April, right? And so, people talk, right? I never had visitors because I didn't want nobody to come see me because I was only going to be there for 4 months and I didn't need nobody. I'll see y'all when I get out, right? Well, there was people, everybody talking and said that Diddy's mama was there. Now, this is before I actually knew what Janice Combs looked like. This is in the 90s. I ain't really paying no attention. I don't know I didn't know what she looked like, right? And so the lady, I knew the lady, right? She was involved with the church. She was an older lady, and she was involved with the church. Diddy looked exactly like this woman. Skin tone, the mouth, the nose, he looks exactly like this woman. So when people told me that was Diddy's mama, I said, well, how y'all know? You know how they knew? Because him and his entourage to come to the visiting center. I never, like I said, had visits because I told my sister don't bring my kids there. I ain't gonna be here that long and I'll be home soon, right? So I never went. I don't know what it's set up like because I never went to the visiting center, right? But the ladies that were there told me that was his mama. Now then, I've been seeing, and I told this story, and I didn't know that my kids said, Ma, you told us that back then. I forgot about it. Now, I've seen in comments, I've seen in other articles that they say Janice is not his mother. I've seen some articles that say Janice is his auntie. I don't know who Janice is. It could be his mother. I'm telling y'all what I saw and what the people told me. Diddy would come to the visiting area, right? They say that is not, Janice is not his mama. I'm telling y'all, the lady that I saw when I was in Alderson, West Virginia at a federal camp, he looked like this lady spit him out. He looked exactly like this woman, right? Is that the reason why Janice overcompensated and spoiled him? Is that the reason why she beat him? Is that the reason why he disrespected and slapped her? Is something going on there? And then where is the sister, Keisha Combs? You don't never talk. They don't never show her. She don't want to be bothered, right? I guess. I don't know. But I'm telling y'all, the people told me, this ain't nothing I'm making up. This is what was told to me. And I saw this lady every day for 120 days. I went to church. She was involved with the church, right? I saw this lady every day. I never asked her because I was young at the time. Had it been now, I would be like, girl, is Puffy your son? I would have asked her, but I was young. And I didn't know how to go about doing that, right? Because again, this is 30 years ago. This was 30 years ago. So anybody that was in Alderson when I was there, I'm gonna tell you who else was there. I'm gonna tell you who else was there when I was there. What's that boy name from DC? He just passed. His mom and all his sisters was there. I don't know why I can't remember his name. I'll tell y'all who else was there. This was the time that I was there. Rayful Edmond. Rayful Edmond's mama was there, and his sisters. And his sisters, I mean, he had 3 of them. One of them was like a dude, and the other 2, and his mama, right? They were there at the time. When I left, they were still there, right? This was 96, the top of 96. So, like I said, I don't know. I didn't see no birth certificate. All I know is they told me that was his mama. I said, how y'all know? They said because he come to the visiting area and the woman looked like him. I was never in the visiting area, but he looked just like the woman. Just like the woman. I could see her face clear as day. He looked just the woman. Now, you don't have to look like your mama. He don't look like Janice. He don't look like that man they say to daddy. That don't mean that ain't. That don't mean that. I'm just telling y'all what the people told me. I was in Alderson, West Virginia in 1996, right? And they said that was his mama. And I said, how you know? They said, because they say her in the visiting room. He come to the visiting. Now, anybody that was there, write down in the comments and let me know. Because this is a long time ago. You know, it's a long time ago. And I didn't keep in touch with the ladies that was there. I had one friend. Her name was Vanessa. I had a lot of friends, but this my main cat was a girl named Vanessa. She was out of Richmond, Virginia. Vanessa, if you see this girl, get at me. Because, you know, they tell you in the feds that you cannot correspond with folks when you leave, right? So, I ain't want no more problems out them people, so I did not. Vanessa was my girl. Vanessa was my girl. There was another girl that I was in there with, Khadijah. I like Khadijah. Her father was a diplomat, child. She'd been in there robbing banks. I met all kind of women, heard all kind of stories, right? But, you know, I believed it because he looked like her. Not knowing what Janice looked like, because this was in the 90s. I was out in the streets. I didn't pay no attention to what Diddy mama looked like, right? So, you know, it's not the same woman. And, you know, I was confused years down the road. I was confused because I was like, that's not the lady that I saw. That's not the lady that I was locked up with. That is not her, you know? And the other day, in either my comments or somebody's comments, the person said that that's not his mama. You know, I've seen that in comments. That's not his mama, right? They say, I think I did see that. Jaguar Wright says that. You know, Jaguar, she knows some stuff, right? I don't know if she knows everything. I don't know if I believe everything that she says. But she did say that as well. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. I was locked up with Diddy's mama, the one they say is his real mama. Again, though, Janice does act like someone, you know, the way she treated him, that was overcompensating for something, right? Because maybe his parents, one daddy did, other daddy, the mama locked up. Who knows where the mama was, right, at that time. Like I said, this was 96 for me, the top of 96. So that's my story. I don't know. Again, this is alleged, so don't come for me like you lying. I'm telling you what I saw with my eyes and what the people told me. I never went to the visiting room. I never went to the visiting room. Let's make that clear. I never went there. The visiting day was always very emotional. Visiting day was very emotional because it's full of women. They kids, they man, and everybody be in a tizzy. Everybody be crying. Everybody got to go lay down. You know, it was always a story to tell when people leave the visiting area, right? And that was a story that was told to me. So that's it. That's that. That's my story. I was locked up in Alderson, West Virginia, in a federal camp in 1996 with Diddy Mama. Now that's it. That's all.
And I'm getting the phone calls. I'm getting to this. Yo, Bonds. Yo, man. Yo, how 50 get? Blah, blah, blah. Yo, Puff, take this self doing that. Let me explain something to y'all. First of all, he only deal with young videographers because he want to rob them, and he know that they want the opportunity to follow Puff Daddy, P. Diddy. They want that opportunity. So they get him at a low price anyway. But When you stay out so many hours a day, Puff wants a videographer with him 24 hours a day on call. Whether we on a yacht, whether we on a ship, wherever we at, he wants to videotape that, right? So now, they come to agreement. They come to whatever the pay is going to be. But then it be so many hours on that invoice that he don't want to pay. He gets in touch with the office. He gets in touch with the chief of staff. Yo, what is this I'm paying? What is this I'm paying? You know what you paying. You was outside all of these hours. It's 160 something hours in a week. You was outside 140. That's the invoice he put in. So now, being if you got a contract and he don't stand to that contract, guess what happens? He could do whatever he want to do with that footage. So now that footage goes to the highest bidder. And 50 had to be the highest bidder.